Hello and welcome back to the channel Held Dominance. Anthony here. Please remember to like and subscribe, and also click that notification bell if you're enjoying what you're seeing and if you want to see more. Coming up in this episode, West Tigers boss refuses to rule out legal action after controversial loss. Kevin Proctor released from his duties with West Tigers for 2022. And we have the scores, results and league tables of this week's Betfred Championship and League One games. Let's get into the Betfred Championship as there is a full round of fixtures for the weekend over Saturday and Sunday. No Monday night game this time as it's the big bash at the end of the week. Anyway, let's get into it. The championship kicked off on Saturday the 21st of July for round 20 with the game between Newcastle Thunder and Dewsbury Rams, which ended in a 24-all draw. Despite Dewsbury Rams winning 18 points to 10 at half-time. Dewsbury had Sykes, 2 tries from Carr and Butterworth to thank for all 4 of their tries, while Sykes kicked 3 goals and a penalty for all 24 points. Roberts, Boafo with 2, Johnson and Halsall got all the tries for Newcastle, while Shorrocks kicked 2 goals. Next was Sunday's games, as most of these were early kickoffs, with only one kicking off at 3 o'clock on Sunday the 24th of July. First up is Barrow versus Bradford, and it was the Raiders who were the victors in this game, and they looked to strengthen their playoff picture circumstances. With T. Ritson, Jared Samet, Gillam and Creswell scoring all the tries, with Ritson scoring a double, setting the Barrow Raiders on their way to victory, as they were leading 18 points to 0 at half-time. Shaw scored 4 conversions and also kicked a penalty. The only points came from a Gill try for Bradford Bulls, who are now looking down the table rather than up, with a few defeats with the new management in charge. A shock result to be said, but with Widnes winning the last 4, they made it 5 from 5 after they beat Batley Bulldogs 18 points to 24. The Bulldogs had Buchanan, Leake and Ward to thank for their 3 tries, while Gilmore was perfect with a boot with 3 conversions, as they led 18 points to 6 at half-time. Winners had Craven, Baker, Tyra, Ince and Edge to thank for their 5 tries, while Tyra converted 2 goals for their 24 points. Another team who's looking to improve consistently is London Broncos. We'll come back to the Featherstone result in a moment, as they won 38 points to 10 over Halifax Panthers. An impressive Halifax Panthers side, as you may have seen recently. With Grant, Ulberg, McCarney with 2, Lovell, Parata and Walker scoring all the tries, while Leyland kicking 5 goals gave the Broncos the perfect start as they were winning 20 points to 0 at half-time. Halifax had Woodburn Hall and Saltonstall to thank for their 2 tries, while Keys kicked 1 goal. Featherstone just got the better of York City Knights as they were winning 18 points to 10 at half-time, but went on to win 30 points to 22 in an even second half. They had to thank Springer, Wildy, Bussey, Jones and Lynham for their tries, while Hall kicked 4 goals and a penalty. York City Knights had Taus, Brown, Ward and O'Hagan to thank for their points, and Glover and Harris with 2 conversions, while Glover got 1, were the point scorers for York, who improved from their last time out. As mentioned, the 3 o'clock kickoff was Sheffield versus Workington, and Sheffield made good use of that advantage as they won 64 points to 6 over a Workington side. Sheffield is still trying to get Anthony Thackeray to commit to the future rather than his plans for retirement, as he scored 4 tries for the Eagles. Further tries from Kirk, Wellham, 2 from Jones Bishop, Chimes, Douglas, Lulau, Laulu Tongagai and Holmes all got a try apiece. Gustek kicked 8 goals. I apologise QLT for getting your name incorrect every single week. For Workington, they had Thompson and Forber to thank for their points, as Forber kicked the conversion, but 42 unanswered points in the second half was the winning margin. Lee also played on Sunday, and it's the last game that we're going to talk about, as they beat Whitehaven 64 points to 4 at Whitehaven. 46 unanswered points in the first half was the reason why Lee was so rampant. Christian Inu scored a hat-trick, Edwin Apape with 2, Stone, Mellor, Caleb Aitken with 2, McDonald and O'Donnell all got a try apiece, while Inu kicked 10 conversions. With that, this is how the league table looks. Lee Centurions lead the way with 19 wins and 1 loss out of their 20 games, while Halifax are 3 points behind on the league ladder. Halifax and Batley Bulldogs come next, and they could have cemented their place in the top 4 of the table, but now they have Barrow and York City Knights still not far behind. 3 out of those 4 clubs lost today. Winners Vikings are next on 20 points, with Bradford Bulls coming on the 8th position, with Sheffield not far behind and Newcastle Thunder on 15 points. London Broncos are now in double figures after their win, which catapults them up to 4th from bottom and more than likely secured their safety for the next year. Whitehaven, Dewsbury Rams and Workington Town are what rounds up the table. It looks desperate for Workington at this point, and they are now favourites to go down. New Zealand international Kevin Proctor has been sacked by NRL Gold Coast Titans after vaping in the toilet cubicle during the club's defeat by Canterbury Bulldogs. The 33-year-old posted a video of himself vaping in a toilet cubicle on his Instagram during half-time of the Titans' 36-24 defeat of the Bulldogs on Sunday. Proctor was not playing in the match, but was part of Justin Holbrook's game day squad. The Titans said that Proctor was released from the remainder of his contract. It was due to expire at the end of the season anyway. But vaping is banned in Australian stadiums, and NRL players aren't allowed to have their phones with them during the game. During his career, Proctor has won 22 caps for New Zealand since making his international debut in 2012, and has represented the Maori All-Stars at All-Star level. Back in May, Proctor reportedly was offered to Super League clubs for 2023, according to the Manchester Evening News. The Gold Coast Club statement on their website said, "The Gold Coast Titans have sanctioned Kevin Proctor after being made aware of an incident during yesterday's round 19 fixture against the Bulldogs. Proctor has also been released from his commitments with the club for the remainder of the year and will not return to train or play with the squad. His actions were in breach of both the NRL and stadium regulations." The Waikato-born Proctor has made almost 300 appearances in the NRL since making his first grade debut in 2018. He won the World Club Challenge with the Storm in 2010 before winning the Premiership in 2012. Proctor played in the 2011, 2014 and 2016 Four Nations tournaments for the Kiwis. His last representative honours came in February. He helped the Maori All-Stars beat the Indigenous All-Stars 16 points to 10 in Sydney. Now we turn our attention to League One, as there was a full round of fixtures between the 5 games that were played. So, with Doncaster having the week off, let's tell you how other teams got on. Saturday saw 3 of the games, and Sunday saw 2 of the games in round 16 of the League One campaign. First game up was, as usual, Cornwall against any other team. This time it was Swinton Lions who travelled down to the southwest of England, as they won 44 points to 10 at Penryn. There was Jones, Bishop and Prisk to thanks for Cornwall's tries, and Purcell converted the Prisk try itself. Swinton Lions had Cox, Abram, Else with 2 tries, Holroyd, Lloyd, Case and Hanson who went over the try line, while Abrams kicked 5 conversions and Hanson kicked 1 for their 44 points. It was 22 points to 4 at half time and 22 points to 4 for the second half. 22 points to 6 in the second half. Oldham Roughheads got off to a winning return to form as they won 38 points to 0 against West Wales Raiders. 18 points to 0 was the scoreline, so things got better in the second half for Oldham, as Copeland has got 2 tries, so did Hewitt, Field, Maranka and Morgan all crossed the try line for the Roughheads. Hewitt kicked over 5 goals. It's another loss for the out of sorts West Wales team. On the other hand, it was North Wales Crusaders, their local rivals, who are in good form at the moment, with a 36 points to 26 win over Hunslet. This all despite losing at half-time 20 points to 12 to the Hawks in this game. Hallett with 2 tries and Turner with a hat-trick saw Hunslet go out to a commanding lead, with Barrow kicking 3 goals. But Johnson with 2, Moore, Massam, Brennan and Hazard all went over the try line for their points, and Johnson kicked 6 goals. Now we go on to the 2 games in Sunday, as first of all the Midlands Hurricanes were beaten for 54 points to 6 to the irrepressible Keighley Cougars, who maintained their 100% record. At an 18 points to 6 scoreline at half-time, the Midland Hurricanes played really well, with Culmore and Stead getting their points. Stead with the conversion. Cougars, though, took command in the second half with 36 unanswered points. Levy with 2 tries, Agoro with yet another try, Everett with 2, Miller with a hat-trick and Stevenson with 2, while Miller kicked 7 goals for the 54 outgoing points. The final game of the round saw Rochdale Hornets beat London Scholars 32 points to 14. The Hornets have been improving in recent weeks, so they took down a young Scholars side, who have done well in recent weeks despite hitting a roadblock last time out. It was a 14 points to 8 lead for the London Scholars at half-time, with Bassett, Yates and Kaufman with the tries for the Scholars, and Lyon with the conversion. Unfortunately, it was hit-back time from Rochdale in the second half, as they ran in 24 unanswered points. Keep adding 2 all the time, my apologies. Tyra with 2 tries, Foster, Sheridan with 2 tries, Callard were the point scorers to get over the whitewash, while Sheridan and 3 conversions from Rush added the extras to a game that went one way. Rochdale Hornets. And with that, here is the league table. Keighley Cougars remain top with 15 wins from their 15 games, and with only 96 points conceded this year. It seems like it's their league to lose this season. North Wales Crusaders keep putting handy results together and are second, but have a game more played than Swinton Lions and Rochdale Hornets, who come next in the counter. Doncaster had the week off this week, still only a game behind and on 20 points. while Hunslet are on 17 points. Oldham, Midland Hurricanes, London Scholars have got their next group in, but are too far behind now to get into the top 6 surely. And then it's Cornwall and West Wales, still with only 1 win apiece, as the end of the season beckons. West Tigers chairman Lee Hedgie-Pantelis has revealed the club are hoping to avoid legal action against the NRL, but refused to rule it out directly after they were controversially denied a victory in Townsville over North Queensland Cowboys on Sunday afternoon. The game had appeared to be over when a short kick-off from the Cowboys was fielded by Dane Laurie in the final seconds of the game, with the Tigers leading by a point. However, referee Chris Butler controversially allowed a captain's challenge to be made before the bunker official Ashley Klein ruled in favour of the Cowboys, with Valentine Holmes stepping up to slot a penalty goal for the victory over this touch, which had a dramatic fall by the Cowboys player. The aftermath of the game has been dramatic, with the Tigers calling for an action, and Cowboys coach Todd Payton suggested his side may have gotten away with one. Speaking on Fox Sports NRL 360 on Monday evening, Hedgie-Pantelis said the club's direct action would be based on whether action by Butler or Klein were taken after the completion of the game, but refused to rule out legal action to have the result potentially reversed if it was the case. I'd like to avoid legal action if it's at all possible. I sent a letter to Graham Ainsley today asking him to produce the recordings of the audio and the transcript. We need to understand what was said between the referee, bunker, and players, and when it was. When that information is available to us, we will be much better appraised as to what action is available to us. I would hope that if there was evidence available to establish a breach of the rules, such as to warrant an overturning of the decision, we would be able to address that directly with the NRL and avoid litigation. As well as being the Tigers chairman, he is also the principal at Braden's Lawyers, who are also the Tigers' principal sponsors. So, a lawyer by trade. He did continue though. There is an old adage, what happens on the field stays on the field, but it applies to officiating decisions as well. Generally speaking, they can't be challenged. But our preliminary view is that we are concerned about is that these decisions that have caused us such complaints may have occurred after the completion of the game, and as such, any decision then taken by the referee will be null and might be subject to a successful legal challenge. The football at the NRL, Graham Ainsley said, in our view, it was allowable at the end of the Tigers versus Cowboys game for a number of reasons. The rules talk about a captain being able to challenge any decision made by the referee that stops the game. On this occasion, the referee blows the whistle after the timekeeper tells him that time expires to stop play, so the player in the possession can't just get up and play the ball. But that's not the end of the game. The first whistle is not the full-time whistle. That's a whistle to stop play. Don't blow the whistle after that for the full time. As soon as they blow the whistle when the timekeepers say it's expired, that's stopped the game. There's no other whistles after that. Anyway, let's listen to what he has to say. That becomes a stoppage, and the challenge was mounted. You won't find anywhere a black and white specific rule that talks about whether you can challenge after time is expired on the last play of the game. So he's just contradicted what he said beforehand. Anyway, it is an unusual situation, but if you think about the objective of the captain's challenge, it was introduced so that when there are errors, there is an option for the team to have an error corrected. It's to try and make sure a big decision made incorrectly can be corrected in the review. Unfortunately, Ainsley's arguments that the Captain Challenge has helped ensure the correct decisions are made as quickly as undone. The head of football went on to admit that while the Captain Challenge was permissible, the penalty that resulted in the match-winning conversion should never have been paid. We examined the obstruction more carefully this morning. We have looked at the available footage and we are not satisfied that there was enough in the incident to warrant the decision of the bunker to award a penalty. Yes, there was contact, but we believe the West Tigers players involved was heading towards the ball. He didn't look over his shoulder to see who was coming. I've looked again at it numerous times on the NRL website, and it does look like that the West Tigers player is rushing in to get under the ball, ready to set to catch the ball, but it went over him. He saw the flight of the ball, went over him, slowed down, and it was caught 2 seconds later, at most, by another West player. Unfortunately, it would have been a shoulder-to-shoulder challenge. If the ball was in flight and he was going to catch it, Belt would have ran into him and it would have been a penalty to West Tigers. Difference was the flight of the ball. This should not have been a penalty to the Cowboys. The West Tigers should have been celebrating the win. And that's it for another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and share this video worldwide, as well as letting everyone know about this wonderful channel, and also clicking the notification bell for any updates on new videos that may be coming your way. Tell me what your thoughts are of today's episode. The comment section is open. Please be constructive in your criticism. I appreciate all of that. Thank you for everyone who keeps getting in touch. Kevin Proctor. NRL rules, stadium rules. Gold Coast Titan did not have any other choice. West Tigers. Is it a little bit too much or too late? And an apology should be enough for West Tigers? Your fans should get in touch and let me know. And Fred League 1 and League 2 still serving up some treats. Tell me who's your team of the weekend. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please remember to share this video worldwide. But in the meantime, please stay safe. I wish you all the best. And I'll see you in the next episode.